Donna Bergman, CEO of Bridgeport Strategy. I'm excited to come to you this afternoon with a very special treat. I have the opportunity today of interviewing brand new author, Eric Nelson, who has just written his first book, which is called Closed, The No BS Approach to Sales. And Eric has graciously agreed to share some of the content, some of the principles this week. So he and I are going to be doing this interview every day. We're going to spend a few minutes with him sharing a concept from his book each day. So welcome, Eric. Glad to have you here.
Great, thank you. Happy to be here.
Awesome. So we just wanted to share with everyone a little bit, just give you some teasers of what's in the book. I will tell you that the book is available currently on Amazon, and it's only 99 cents, folks. You can't get much cheaper than that. So, and it won't be at that price for very long. So I encourage you, if you have an interest in it, to please hop on out there and pick up the book. While you're at it, if you give him a review of it once you read the book, or read a good portion of it, if you'd give us a review or give Eric a review on it, we'd be grateful for that. That would be wonderful. And also let you know that Eric also can be engaged as a speaker for an event that you may be having, or for a group that you work with, where sales is a part of the skill sets that are critical to success in those groups. And so if you would like to visit with Eric about that, Eric, why don't you give them your contact information real quick before we dive into the book itself, and so that they know how to reach out to you if they want to talk to you about that.
Sure. For business inquiries, you can go to Eric Nelson at redpillsales.com.
Excellent. Eric Nelson at redpillsales.com. All right. So Eric, what have you chosen to share with us today from your book?
Sure. So one thing that I think is very important, especially in today's environment, is not becoming a sales commodity.
Mm.
And what do I mean by that is, in today's hyper competitive sales environment, the buyer's perceptions of the difference between your products and services and your competitors' products and services are increasingly narrow. And if you talk to a lot of B2B sales executives, a lot of their sales team just aren't hitting their numbers. And once I dug deeper into that, I was asking, well, why aren't they hitting their numbers? And some of the reasons that they said is, while there's more competition, the buyer is more educated, and the buyer also doesn't necessarily want a relationship with the salesperson. They want more of a transactional relationship. And what I mean by that is, the buyer really wants someone to help guide them through the sale, because there's so many options out there that really the buyers are overwhelmed with the amount of choices that are available. So they really need someone that's educated in the product, the services, and the offering to help guide them through there. And they want someone that's going to be on their side of the table, not just giving them lip service to their product.
Very good. You know, that's so true. If I could comment there for a moment, one of
Sure.
the things that we teach as well is how businesses themselves avoid that trap of being a commodity. And it's so important to be able to do that. So I think that's really important that you bring that out for the salesman's perspective as well, that salesman also does not want to be seen as a commodity.
Right. Because when you go into a sales conversation, you really only have about 4 seconds to prove 3 different things. First, that you're sharp as a tack, you're enthusiastic as hell, and that you're an expert in your field. Especially in a B2B sales position, you're going in there with a potentially 3 to 6 to 9 month long sales cycle. And you need to be viewed as that expert in your field over everyone else.
Right. Very good. And yeah, if we don't stand out, whether it's as a company or a salesperson, there's really no need for that consumer to deal with us, right? There's no need for them, they can go to anybody. And we know that in the absence of value, people shop on price. So if you as a salesperson are not bringing that value, then again, you're relegated to a commodity, and we might as well buy the lowest price if it's strictly a commodity, right?
Right. And, long gone are the days where the consumer doesn't know about the product that you're offering.
So true.
And where the salesperson, kind of holds the keys to the kingdom, essentially, and knows everything. The consumer usually knows more about that product and who your competitors are than the person selling the product. So how do you differentiate yourself as a salesperson? Well, in my book, I give you 3 different tips on that. The
Excellent.
first is industry knowledge. That's a no-brainer. You have to know what you're selling. Whether you're selling, an iPhone, you have to know everything about that phone. Whether you're selling a mouse or, coffee mugs, it doesn't matter what you're selling. Yes, you can probably get away with lower ticket items of not necessarily being the subject matter expert, but once you get into higher dollar, higher ticket items that are more relevant to a B2B setting, say if you're doing a server project for an entire building in downtown Phoenix, well, you better know exactly what you're talking about. And not only does that help, build trust, it builds confidence and credibility. Because the person that's buying wants to see you as someone that's on their side of the table.
Right. And they also need to see you as that expert, right? Exactly. So that industry knowledge, that product knowledge is going to make a huge difference. We all want to deal with people who are an expert in what it is that we're needing to purchase, right? We don't just want the low person on the totem pole to be answering all of our questions. We want that person who has spent the time, spent the effort, understands what it is that they're selling, what that product can do for me, to be that person that I interact with.
Right.
It's like if I need heart surgery, I don't want to go to the heart surgeon who just graduated medical school, right? I want to go to the one who has the experience. I want to go to the one that I know has my best interest and knows what they're doing.
Right. You want that heart surgeon that has an entire wing named after him and
exactly
has an entire program,
right
around that one guy. That's who you're operating on you. Because you have a higher chance of making it out of the operating room than with, Joe Blow fresh out of medical school.
Right. And the same is true, just on a lesser scale. And, obviously our hearts are pretty big, high end of the scale, that and brain surgery, right? But no matter what we're buying, unless it's a commodity, we want that expertise. We want that person to truly understand our needs and know how their product or service is going to fulfill those needs. And we're looking for that. And if you're a business owner or a salesperson and you can excel in that, then I believe, as you say, you've taken yourself out of the commodity realm, right?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then the second tip that I give is closing. How do you close a client? How do you actually sell? Because so many industries, yes, they pack you full of product knowledge. You can know your product upside down, sideways, in and out. But if you don't know how to actually communicate your value proposition, how to understand what the pain points are of your customer, you're not going to sell anything.
That's so true.
That's what I really talk about in my book and also in my sales course.
Very good.
And also the third portion is business acumen. You need to know the numbers. You need to know your numbers as a sales individual. What's your closing rate? What's your sales cycle? What's your average sales size? those are important numbers that you as an individual need to know, but you also need to know, how is your product or service going to affect the bottom line of your customer?
Right.
You know, because when a customer comes to you saying, you know, yeah, say your product is $100,000, and they come to you saying, hey, competitor X over here is $75,000. Why shouldn't we go over with them? And if you've done your research, you're going to understand the numbers. You're going to say, well, you're not comparing apples to apples. You're really comparing apples to oranges. Here's why.
Right.
And you
Whereas
can go
my daughter
say,
likes, oh, I'm so sorry.
oh, no worries. But you can go in and say, these are the differentiators of my product and what I offer.
Right.
And if you're looking at it on, say, a longer term cycle, it's actually going to be a lot less. Things like maintenance, updates, the quality of the product. You're not going to need as many replacement parts. There could be 10,000 different things. You know, this product might be a little less expensive, but it's going to require a lot more maintenance, a lot more new parts. You're going to have an entire service department just to keep that thing up and running. So your long-term cost is greater with a cheaper product than with the more expensive product. You know, do you want to pay more upfront, or do you want to pay more on the back end?
Very good. Very good. You said something there I want to go back to. You mentioned a course. Tell us about your course.
Yes, I have a sales course. It's called the Red Pill Sales Masterclass, where I go into pretty extreme detail on how to be great at sales. And you can go into it from the perspective of, I don't know a thing about sales, I can barely communicate as it is, to someone that's already established in their career and really wants to, you know, take their skills to the next level.
Right.
And
very good.
Along with that course, I offer a private Facebook group where I'm going to be doing Facebook Lives once a week. I'm going to answer your questions and go into detail with exactly what are your sticking points? What are the issues that you're dealing with? And I'll work through those.
Excellent. And as I understand it, the course is going to be launching very soon.
Yes.
Within a very short window of time here.
First week of April.
Excellent. Excellent. So if people are interested in the course, again, they could reach out to you in the meantime.
Yes.
To maybe kind of pre-register for it, get their interest submitted to you, as it were. Okay, excellent. All right. Well, Eric, this has been great. I think this is really good information for anybody who's involved in sales in any way. Today, it is more important than ever to not be a commodity, whether it's your business or whether it's your profession, because becoming a commodity and trying to be everything to everyone is absolutely going to destroy your business. And so I think this is a very, very timely subject. Again, you can buy Eric's book, Closed, The No BS Approach to Sales, on Amazon. It is in the Kindle version at the moment. The paperback is coming out very shortly. The Kindle is 99 cents right now. If you pick that up and leave Eric a review on that, that would be wonderful. If you're interested in his course, you can reach out to him at eric@redpillsales.com, as well as if you...
Eric Nelson at Red Pill.
So sorry, Eric Nelson. Thank you for that correction.
Sure.
Eric Nelson at redpillsales.com. And also you can reach him there for speaking engagements. If you are looking for a speaker to speak to your organization or your group about sales and how to be successful closing sales. There's not a business on the planet that doesn't need to know how to close sales. You won't be a business very long if you can't close sales. So if you are involved in a group in any way that your members could benefit from that, then please reach out to Eric at Eric Nelson at redpillsales.com. Eric, thanks again. Let's do this tomorrow, okay? Let's do this again tomorrow with another topic. Sound good to you?
Absolutely.
All right. All right.